What is going on, guys? My name is Ty, and I have Kyle here as always, and we are the Weekend Warriors Disc Golf Podcast, and we're back. This is you're hearing this a day late, well, 2 weeks late actually, but a day late, for the actual week of this week. A lot happened. I was in Seattle, and I thought I was gonna have a little more time, but uh didn't know we were going to get booked on doing some things that Monday and Tuesday, which changed it up with a lot of things. And then, of course, we traveled from Seattle to Destin to change our bags, to immediately take a 6 hour drive to Orlando to meet my brother, to do a quick spring break thing with him in Orlando for a couple of days. And we went back home to Destin, and I just spent the last couple of days with my brother, and it was great because I haven't seen him since we got married, and and it was good to spend time with family. So I wanted to spend time with them for a little bit and get that, and then I just drove them back to the airport this morning, and now I'm back to normal schedule. So here we are. So we have a lot to catch up, though. We're not going to go through the details because that would be a lot. This would be almost like a 2-3 hour podcast. We did that, but pretty much, I do have the scores for our point system for the women's disc golf championship happen uh, uh, 2 weekends ago, and then also I have the points for this previous weekend, which was the 2024 Texas State Disc Golf Championship. Which, by the way, Kyle, AB monkey off the monkeys off the back, man.
Like
He
I said, if there's anybody that needs to get themselves winning again, just let us know. We'll mention you about how we don't think you'll win another tournament. Simon, I don't think you're doing it, man. You're playing terribly. You're not going to win another Pro Tour event. That's my
well,
hot take this year. Yeah,
well, we've been saying that for Paige, and she's been quiet.
yeah.
So, but no, I think it is funny though that we slammed AB this beginning of the year, and we're just like, he's not doing it this year, and he's done it twice already. But I mean, let's just face it. Like, I don't want to keep comparing him to Paul Macbeth because it's just kind of like Michael Jordan versus like LeBron James situation. I'm not calling Paul Macbeth and it's equivalent to Paul Macbeth and AB. I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing them from those two, but I do want to say that they do have some similarities of when Paul Macbeth was starting. He was the one that, like, oh, he's going to change the game, he's going to change the game, but it was a slow start. But then once he started gaining that momentum, he started pushing. And so sure enough,
Mhm.
AB is the same way. He started off a little bit slow, and now he's pushing and pushing, and now he's winning. um Hot take for me this year, I'm going to take it back with AB. I think we're seeing 2024 world's champion right now. I think AB might take it this year at New London.
I like it. The way he's been playing, like, there's a very, very, very good shot that he can do it, especially because
Yeah.
proven himself. Like, it's not just a bomber for long golf
Yep.
courses. He plays technical and everything else, and
Hmm.
putting's on right now and stuff like that. It's a very good chance. Yeah, I definitely would have to say EP is one of the favorites going in the worlds.
Yeah, I do have to. I am going to be saying that, and he's going to be one of my favorites for a bit. It's just how it is. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to see it. Of course, Burr's still, he's up there too. He's been very consistent as well.
Number three, I was
Number.
really hoping he would take his first win, but
Hmm.
Ezra Ederhold coming in hot. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
seeing him, what they were tied going in around the last round or something like that.
Well,
I
yeah,
know it was
because
like that
well,
was like I was just hoping he would get that big win.
I know Gannon did a massive, like, gain to get back up. Like because what was it? AB did it under 16 par, but then Gannon Burr clapped back with the under 15 par
Right.
to catch up. So I think Ezra was just pretty consistent throughout. Um, but I sadly only got to see highlights. It was very difficult um traveling, and our Airbnb that we're staying at in Seattle, it was really weird. And I have to give credit to Brody Smith and Paul about that, of how like dicey the Wi-Fi is. I didn't know really what they were talking about until I went, and obviously I have like one of the top Wi-Fi service you could get with Extreme or whatever crap I have. I don't even know what I have anymore. But I have like my own spots in like per room. Like I have like four of them all over the house. So there's no pocket loss. And so like I now fully get what he was talking about, because man, that place was super slow. I was trying to download, or I was trying to upload a video for a client, and it took like 6 hours for like not even a gig. It was atrocious. And I'm just like, we're not doing the podcast. And that's one of the main reasons. Cause like, no, sure, I was not gonna even remotely try on my service up there. It was just too insane. And then same thing with no, we were in town. But yeah, it just wasn't happening. But yeah, it was exciting. But yeah, we'll break it down. Sadly, it is technically a bye week. So there is no Rodney's Corner this week. She would have actually popped in and gave us the points, but however, Rodney is not feeling well.
Mhm.
She's okay. Everything's all fine, but she is not feeling the best. She's under the weather. Um, Definitely just the massive traveling. We literally went from one climate to the next. Seattle was very cold and rainy, to Orlando, very humid, and I don't want to say hot because it was kind of like in the low 80s, but it definitely was one climate to the next. And also that one day we were traveling for nonstop for 24 hours because we took a red eye. We didn't get back into, well, we started our trip at 11:40 p.m. Seattle time. We did not get into Destin, Florida until 10 p.m. or sorry, 10 a.m. uh Destin time. And then from 11 to like 6 or 7, I forgot. We got into Orlando. So we literally were traveling just
Yeah.
nonstop that day. And I think that's what really messed up, because that's what messed me up the most. But all that is over. So yeah, let's go through these points. After the women's championship, um, Sarah got 3 points. Ty got 3 points. Or sorry, whoa, Sarah got 4 points. Tyler got three. Yeah, three, and then Kyle got four. Okay. So sorry, this is why she does this. So which leaves Sarah right now at the lead with 16. Tyler with
Mhm.
only 10 points, and then Kyle with 13 points. And then now, after Texas State Disc Golf Championship, which just happened last weekend, or yeah, it was last previous weekend, the picks that we picked, even though you guys don't know our picks, we just kind of did it quickly. We picked the pretty much basic ones, just a simple. I honestly thought Ricky was going to take it down because obviously he does really well here. Obviously he did not. AB took it down, and then but yeah, Sarah overall, she got 4 points this weekend. I got 3 points, and Kyle only got 2 points, which bring the scores to Sarah at 20, Tyler at 13, and Kyle at 15. So right now, um, from me to Sarah, she has a 7 point lead, and from you, Kyle, to her, she has a 5 point lead, which she knows how to pick things. She knows how to pick her people, which is really cool. But yeah, that is the update on points. It was a great weekend. Sadly, like I said, I didn't get to watch it all, but I did I did take time to watch some cool highlights, and man, it looked really great. And I'm excited for more.
Oh, definitely. Like I, especially this season with everybody and anybody winning. Like everybody has a shot this season. I
No.
mean, some have more than others, like Anthony Broa, but overall, though, it's pretty open, especially in the FPO division right now. I know Kristen came back, and that was a heck of a chargeback, but I know she's been dealing with an issue, which we learned from one of her posts and stuff like that, but she's
Hmm.
still fighting through it. Still took second, you know, so, but it's definitely really tough this season to figure out who is going to be in those top positions.
Yeah, and we keep having those random people. I can't say her name. I want to say Anakin because it's spelled like that, but I know it's not Anakin. How do you say her name? Anakin?
Maybe.
Anakin Stein?
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. But obviously her winning it just out of nowhere. Super awesome that she was able to do that. So it's just I think it's just that's what we're gonna be kind of seeing just in general. That's gonna be kind of like the season. But at the same time though, Owen Scoggins is definitely staying consistent throughout each week.
mhm.
She's having a very good
Um,
season already.
yeah, Tatar, Scoggins, Missy will be like some of the biggest names that we consistently put up there because of consistency wise.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, there's somebody going to push one of them out each week, and that's what it feels like. I mean, even Lucky almost finished in the top three this year. This time she tied for fourth, which is really big for her.
No, that makes sense. But yeah, uh, sadly, like I said, we don't have any bye weeks, so we're gonna just move on to our topic. Before we do anything, we actually have a ad read. Gravity Disc Golf exists to exceed your out of this world expectation with unparalleled custom design, disc, and apparel. Gravity is creating an atmosphere where disc golfers can enjoy every aspect of disc golf while blasting off with space themed designs. No matter what you can throw, Gravity has designs on almost every manufacturer's and can make your game look great. They offer free shipping on orders over $75, and John includes a nice note to each customer. Make sure to check them out at gravitydiscgolf.com to complete your bag. And let me tell you, it is out of this world. We are on the countdown currently right now for our
Yes,
players pack.
so close. They're just waiting on the jerseys and hats, I believe, to come in, and
We see
we're
the
good to
light.
go.
We
Yeah,
see the
disc
light at the
wise,
end of the tunnel.
they sent out the picture of the disc, um, and yeah, it's just all of them that they have that they're going to be sending out, and I am super stoked to. Uh, or I just keep waiting to check in my order to see when it says processed.
I just wait. So obviously, like I get email notifications on my phone. So I, the past few that I've bought for them, I just randomly will just get like a random email saying you have liftoff, and then I'm just like, ah, perfect,
Mm.
something from Gravity's coming. So, but yeah, guys, we're waiting for that. Also, if you haven't done so already, definitely go to gravitydiscgolf.com to see what they have. Use code KG10 or TIDG10 for 10% off your next order. Super amazing. Definitely go check them out. They just added. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I don't know if they made it public yet for that. But I do know that they finally got approved for Discraft's Gravity
Hmm.
disc off prints, like custom prints on Discraft disc. So I know that like Lunas are gonna have some, of course, buzzes and stuff like that. I don't know what other ones that they said they may have. I think it'd be dope if they put them on Raptors. That's one of my favorite discs from them. That'd be cool to have a gravity disc off custom design stamp on a Raptor. That'd be really cool.
It did, yeah. So it did. John did say Discmania arrived today, and Discraft is live on the site.
Cool. Because I saw that and I was like, oh, of course they are
Discraft is
now.
live on the site.
Are you now making Lunas? So I did see that they're making Lunas now, and I'm just like, of course. I switched my putter, and you guys are now doing those. So
Excellent, because I switched my putter too. I am putting with my Pixel, and I'm not looking back this season. I'm going to stick with that. I did release that video of my little comparison kind of to a P2 because that's what Simon did before, and that's what I
mhm.
also putted with. But you can go check that out on my channel, YouTube channel, which will be linked obviously below. Yeah, I mean,
I am
putter feels
halfway
good.
done
And
with
how
that.
about you?
I'm halfway done. First off, I'm halfway done with your video. Um, I do want to suggest I want you to redo that video, but
I will when it's not
not
windy.
not Wendy. Exactly. I want you to compare it because I would love to see what it is not windy. Because you could tell it's very windy in the video. I would love to see you doing that. But yes, so I was able to actually play around and I played it Easter Sunday. Ethan, like I said, my brother, he was down here and he's somewhat newer. He's claiming he said that he's been playing for about a year. So I'll give him that. But I thought it was way less than that, but he does play off and on. Um but he does go to Mizzou, which if anybody knows, Mizzou's college disc golf team is really good. Obviously he's not on that team, but he knows of disc golf because their team went back to back at one point, and I think they almost went three times this year or last year or whatever, but they didn't. I don't fully know the thing of it, but they definitely um he absolutely likes it. I've sent some disc to him, and he was funny because when we're playing, which he's actually a part of the video. I made sure to record, so there's actually going to be a video probably dropping more later tomorrow evening. Honestly, I might wait till Friday morning to release it, but I might try to get it done as quickly as possible for tomorrow afternoon to drop it. But he's like, oh, like this course makes it more enjoyable because he was saying how a lot of the courses around him are not beginner friendly because it's obviously having to be harder for, I guess, the college based level. And he's like, dang, he's like, I'm so used to like those courses being like super hard. And he's just like, I get so annoyed where I don't want to play anymore. And he really enjoyed obviously the course that I've taken you before, and he absolutely loved it. But but yeah, I do want to talk about that stuff. I want to kind of break down kind of like what I went through. And even though I'm planning on playing more, obviously, because now we're in the countdown for the Walnut Open, which, like I said, I've been wanting to take it a little bit more serious on that one. So we have a good, 2-3 weeks really to like work on things. So I'm actually planning on taking this month to really work hard on that one, and then also see what I could do with it. So, but yeah, definitely go away with it.
And the um perks working out.
Any what?
The Berg's working out.
Birds working out? Yeah. So yeah, I gotta say the Bergs are going to be my 2024 putters. I could easily say that. And obviously I want to work on them a little bit more just to kind of get used to them. But definitely the reason why I'm saying that is because uh I feel very confident with them. Still, they're a little bit weird on circle two. putts, and the reason why is they die very quickly, so I have to put a lot of power in them, and if I put a little too much power, they tend to well, if I don't put any power on, they die very quickly, so they just end up right in the front, which is fine for me because I rather have that than like an overshot. But then if I put a little too much on it, they tend to fly really far, and it's the whole opposite direction. So I think it's just me trying to get used to it. But for circle ones, man, I feel very confident in my putting, and it's like if I'm a little bit further away, it definitely feels great to be able to like hit, but also at the same time though, when I do hit, I'm just like hitting a band. I'm not like hitting the basket anymore. I'm not like
Right.
or going too far right or left where it's just kind of like airballing. I'm hitting the basket every time. So I just gotta course correct, obviously, because they definitely throw completely different compared to my Lunas, because my Lunas I had to throw a little bit more to the right to kind of get them in. Now my brain wants me to do that, but if I try to do that, they're gonna go or they're gonna stay on that line. They're not gonna cut in. And so unless like I'm further out, but um I definitely now have to like I have to aim differently, which is nice. But confident level is definitely there. You'll definitely see in the video that I was comfortably hitting my lines or I was hitting my shots. And there's a lot of good bids where I was just like hitting that band, and like those obviously will turn birdies eventually. But yeah, I could definitely say that. And also it like I said, at the beginning of the video I did mention, can I beat my plus 11?
Hmm?
I could definitely say I beat it. So, but I won't say how much though. So, but you could definitely, but the thing is it's cool because I started playing, I start playing the round very, very cold, meaning I haven't done any field work. I haven't done anything in a minute. This is my first time really back in it again. And
Right.
uh so my first throw was my first ever throw, which obviously I first available tree hit with my glitch, and like it didn't even like it was not even like maybe 15 feet off the tee. It was awful. But my second shot right under the basket. And so like my scramble game is still great. And then in my second tee throw, I tried to throw a forehand, completely biffed it and went really far. Like it just went in a weird different angle. And but once again, scramble game was great. I launched over. I did like it. I think I started off with a +2 on that hole after that. Um or after I finished that hole, I ended up getting a +2 on it. Because obviously it just took a lot to get over there. But um after that though, I cleaned up my game, and it definitely felt nice to really get back into it. And then also
Mhm.
things were feeling better than normal, but also my confident level is going. I still haven't tried all my disc yet. So there's still some ones I'm kind of waiting on. I want to kind of test them in the field because I don't want to play around with the discs I don't fully know. So I just bagged the ones that I did know or that I do know, which is obviously the Raptors, the Wraiths, um, the um, the Enigmas that I got, and my Enigma that I got back. The only ones I ever didn't mind using was obviously the Bergs because I'm only throwing them 25 feet out, maybe 30 feet out even.
Right.
Um, so I didn't mind doing those because I just want to practice those out. Um, but I definitely feel confident with those. But yeah, like overall, there's a lot of just subtle things that I've realized, and I'm just like, man, like this feels really good.
which is really nice to have. Like I said, that's with me with the having the pixels in my hand. It feels right. Feels really
Mhm.
good. And that's what it's about with putting is what feels good in your hand.
So you're now officially putting with pixels now?
Yes. That I am. That's my go-to now. Also
Mm.
kind of changed my grip a little bit with driving and stuff.
Mhm.
Felt really good. I think I had my best round I've ever thrown at the course. Trying it. I shot it 8 down.
Oh,
Um,
on
so
walnut course?
and I think 6 was my the most I've had, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I've been doing more of a back loaded grip, a front loaded grip.
Mhm.
Um, what is it? Spin Doctor, I believe. This is YouTube channel, Spin Doctor Disc or something. Because he was talking about a glitch, because he could throw a glitch like 350 feet. Insane. Um, he's talking about the grip because he couldn't get it to go. He tried to throw it and stuff, and there was wobble and everything else when he tried to throw it that far and everything else. Well, he figured it out. Through a friend that learned the grip from one of the older pros. So it's something that's been passed down. And he said a lot of people do it already without knowing you're doing it, but a lot of people, basically, what happens is a lot of us have been told to put a lot of pressure in your front of your fingers, like your between your thumb and your pointing finger, you know. So when you're gripping a disc, a lot of people, they're like telling you to right here the whole, for anybody that's listening on Spotify, you can't see what I'm talking about, but your thumb on the plate, the front, that's where you're putting pressure at, right?
Mhm.
People are like, push down with your thumb, put pressure. Well, the back, what he was saying, when you do that, your tendons right here tighten up in your middle of your hand, and you try to move your wrist sideways when you tighten it like that. It moves, but it's not as, flexible because everything's tight. The back loaded grip is simply putting more your pinky side down here, put the pressure down there. Now you got a lot more easier motion with your wrist. And he felt like it generates more spin and stuff because of that, because you're more free to just let it rip.
Oh, yeah, that
And I've
makes
been
sense.
trying it, and it worked out really well that round. So I want to, like I said, I'm going to continue to practice it, especially before the tournament gets here.
Now for that grip, is that for your, like, driving grip or is that for putting?
Driving. So like all my pressure is now down here compared to up here. Instead of here, pushing down on the plate and everything and tightening your whole hand, I just have my pinky and ring finger tight more holding up on a lot of the power.
Mm,
And
that
it
makes
just
sense.
feels a lot more relaxed. And it just feels a lot more, it feels a lot easier just to kind of tap out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll send you it. Like I said, he threw a
I found it.
yeah,
He's
look at the
called
glitch video. He talks about it.
the disc golf spin doctor. That's what his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Um,
how I throw MVP glitch 300 plus feet. I feel stupid
yeah,
not to have known this before.
yeah. Take a look at that um video. Let me know what you think. And
Hmm.
like I said, it does feel really nice. He does a good job explaining why he feels it works. And it's almost kind of what like I think even overthrow Josh. Like I said, I think a lot of his ideas are somewhat similar to Josh from overthrow.
Yeah.
but they explain it differently. And I think sometimes what he's trying to explain registers a little bit more. Because sometimes that's what it is, terms and everything else. Do a lot with like being like, oh, I get it now, you know.
No, that makes complete sense. Yeah, I gotta definitely check this guy out. I have not seen any of his videos before, so um definitely something that I need to look at and see what he has available. Mm. Oh, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it worked out really well for me. Like I said, it's something I gotta play a couple more rounds, see how it truly feels because obviously the tournament is at the end of the month and we're both signed up and ready for it.
Sign up. We are signed up for sure. And it's gonna be here so quick. And I'm excited for it. Um there's a lot that I want to do for it. Um
People are up registered now.
how many people are registered now for it?
30.
Oh dang. Okay.
So it's already gone up another five. So our tournament that we put on here at Walnut um has filled up each year, which has been really nice. And as you said, we'll try to kind of vlog our experience and everything else, get some content out for everybody
Hmm.
during that weekend.
Yep. It's gonna be a good weekend for sure. Um, but yeah, no, it just feels good to be back. And I feel really confident with my game. Just there's a lot of uh things that I'm really working on. And well, I think one of the things that I need to apply more to, which I think would be great for my gameplay with like wooded areas is because I always see the pros kind of taking more like higher lines as opposed to like just like okay, like in 200 feet, I see where the basket is, but like I have a couple trees here, a couple trees here. Let me just do like a hyzer like through this tree line. And then like your
Mm-hmm.
brain immediately like, oh, this gap is a little bit bigger. So let me just go through this gap real fast. And then hopefully my disc will come back. And then we're good. But then you never see any of the pros do it. You may see some of them maybe like take like a putter or like a nice mid range and like just do a up the gut type of thing and it'll park and land. You'll have some of those players. But then you
Right.
have like some other players that will take a higher line, not a spike hyzer, but just a little bit more of a higher line where you see like an opening or a gap in between a tree or something and it just works maybe a tad bit better. And so some shots which you will see in the video that I took a little bit more of a higher line or just something different where it's not the normal
Mhm.
like, oh, let me just throw it just straight through this gap. I did a little bit more of like a elevated throw of some sort
Mhm.
and the results were amazing. Like I didn't hit anything or I didn't like do some weirdness to it or whatever. Like it was nice because um it was avoiding everything that I was going with and it just
Right.
made the disc smooth. And then um also really knowing like this may sound really beginner based, but really knowing what side your disc needs to be for it to roll properly really makes a difference. I know that sounds
Right.
weird, but like where the head is or whatever, like you need to make sure like what side is up properly because if you don't have it properly, it will actually roll the opposite way as opposed to the way that you're wanting to really efficiently want to
It
roll.
rolls the way, yeah, it rolls the way the disc is
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah. So I've also taken account on that as well. and also like the thickness. So like, like how the rough is, like if there's like branches or like twigs everywhere or whatever, like what type of disc, if I'm trying to do that type of shot, like what would I use? Or you know and then also trying just different things out, and then also realizing like, oh, like if I have a disc that is a little bit softer and I'm trying to shoot it up this hill and I want to have it kind of land or stick, I should probably use a softer disc, because the chances of it to actually like stick its landing is a little bit better than one that's a little bit firmer, where it may just have the momentum and pop up and like start rolling. So like taking disc selections like that, I'm starting to actually evaluate more, and I'm starting to see my game clean up a little bit more, as opposed to being like, oh, this is X amount of feet, I'm gonna throw my go-to Luna, or I'm gonna throw my go-to hex. Like I'm not like, I don't want to keep doing that. I want to make sure it's like, oh, okay, so this is X amount of feet, but it's a little bit elevated, there's like weird hill sitting on it, like okay, I'm gonna throw this something maybe softer, so that's how just kind of like lands right under the basket if I don't want to like go for it. Like I'm now thinking that, or like I'm looking up now at my lines and seeing like, okay, I see
You
the
have to.
basket,
Hmm.
but now I see this line is clean. Like all I have to do is just kind of do a nice little hyzer line, and it's gonna pop right out back in, and I'm seeing massive improvements. And I'm now thinking more of my shots as opposed to just playing linear, where it's like, there's the basket, I have the disc, I'm just gonna throw it, hopefully it lands next to it, and I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Like I'm
Hmm.
now like putting my brain mentally, mindset wise, of like shot shaping in a way, which
Yeah,
it's
shot
sound
shaping and the other thing too is like percentage shooting
yeah.
is like where like okay, so on my drive, get to the basket from my drive, I have a better chance of landing in this area percentage wise than this area. So I want a shot shape that will benefit me to land to the left side of the basket compared to the right side of the basket. Like you start seeing that stuff and think
Yeah.
about that stuff. Okay, that side has some trees or low hanging stuff. This side's a little bit more open. I need to get to the open. Should I throw here? What disc is it? What's my best
Hmm.
option and everything else?
No, yeah, and that's the one thing that I'm working on right now, and I'm seeing massive results, and I'm really happy with it. And I and it's still, I'm realizing the more I the more I put the reps in, or the more I warm up, the better I play. And that's the truth. You're going to see it even in the video. First three holes, not the best. But like hole 10, 11, 12, 13, they were really good. And it's just because my arm is warming up more, my body's getting a little more condition. I'm getting more spin to it, I'm getting more pop to my drives. I have my Enigma back, so those shots are looking beautiful as always. Like, um, and it's just it feels good, and it's just like I feel like my bag is actually becoming complete now. I've taken all the disc that I just don't use. I am to the point now that if I'm not gonna put it in my bag just to fill my bag, just to show like, hey, I
Mhm.
got I got 20 discs. Like, no, it's I'm going to fill it up with the disc that I know that I know what it does for me, how it reacts to me, and I'll actually use it. Like I'm done using half of my bag, just filling it up just to fill the negative space. So that's how I have something in it. Like
Right.
this is not it. Like I want to, if there's a disc in my bag, I want to use it. And that's the thing is like this round, I had my go-to disc, but at the same time though, I was using disc that I knew like, hey, this is a good shot for it. and I will use it, and it worked, and or it didn't, or whatever it was. So it was nice. I was worried because the whole time I allowed my brother to use my grace. Um, and that was my only grace. And I'm just like the whole time I'm like, please do not go in the water. I'm just like,
Hmm.
because you know how tense that place is with water. And
Right, right.
I'm just like, I'm like, man, I didn't say that to him because I don't want to put it in his mind. But I was just like, man, I really hope that he does not, it does not go in water. So, but we survived. I did not lose any disc. That was the first time in I don't know how long since I've played there. And I didn't lose a disc. So
Which is really good.
that that shows. Besides, like I said, the very beginning's a little shaky, but it improves, and I definitely do clean up. Um, I do clean up my score quite a bit, and then um, obviously still, I I need to get the reps in for the putting. It's almost there. Like I said, I have the putter now, but now I got to work on. I think I'm back to my old self of comfortably. I could comfortably do up to 25 feet, 2025 now. And then
Hmm.
like obviously at 2025, there's still sometimes it'll hit ban or it'll hit the basket. Like it is what it is. Like everybody has those moments. But also just slowing down in general, even if it's like a really close one. Um There's also another hole that like I was maybe like 10 feet and I was a little too confident and I just walked up to it and just like quickly just like did that and then like it hit the ban and completely missed. I need to take every single basket or every single one as if like I actually need to take my time with it because that adds strokes each time you miss. So I need to mentally tell myself that because I don't want that to happen during the tournament. So definitely I'm mentally getting ready for it and
Which is excellent. Yeah, really good.
I'm excited. But yeah, have you guys had any meetings or conversations yet for what you guys are planning on doing for the course for this tournament?
Course wise, this year we're actually gonna just play the normal layout. Because we haven't done that yet. But since we have all the baskets, new baskets and stuff, we just they said they're just gonna play it how it is. Um, it'll be the just 21 holes. Obviously on new baskets. And playing how's it wise? Your roads are OB. Creek water, of course, is OB. If there's bad footing, of course, you get a little relief.
Mm,
Um, what else? The 19 by the pool. Of course, anything over the fence on the left, the line will be painted out. It's OB, and anything gravel. They might make the bush OB too, so it might be anything bush like shed, bush, gravel on the right side will be OB, and anything long will be OB. That'd be a score separator for sure. Because a lot of people throw over the fence on the left side, like the
yeah.
baseball diamond.
Yeah, I see. Oh yeah. So anything over the baseball fence line is OB? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yep. So
And then
along the left
does
side there with the fence, and it's going to extend from the fence out. So we'll paint a line straight out, and it'll be out.
hole five right side wood line? Is that
I
plain
think they're
OB
good.
or casual?
I think they're going to play it casual this time. Usually it was OB, but I think they said, you know what, we're just going to do casual. If you get in there,
You have to
you're
get out.
already penalized. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're already being penalized anyways. So you have to get out.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like the casual play or the casualized for some shots like that. That's definitely one of them, is because I think it's a little weird for that hole specifically, where because it is, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a little bit difficult, obviously, to make scores separation a little bit more, but having the opportunity to kind of ride that line and it just hits like you're kind of just right there, like on the edge, but like you're still your footing's still weird. Your
You still penalize.
your line is still, yeah, you're still like it's not going to be the easiest, but it still gives you an opportunity to scramble out of that situation, and taking how you want to take, which some people just, crush under pressure
And
and then you're not going to be able to do it. So
and of course, hold 10 will be long, because that's technically not park district. So where the barn is, that big shed barn on hold 10, it's
oh
the gap, the sidearm gap. You could see where the cut line is.
yeah,
Anything past the basket long will probably be OB because of the fact that it's not park district property, it's private property.
yeah, I don't really have an issue with that unless it's
A
my
lot of people like to throw people. A lot of people like to
upshot.
throw long on that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't, my upshot or my or the definitely the that's kind of like a making it a death pot, which is kind of nice. Um, no, that's cool. Yeah, I'm trying to. The only three that I'm very unsure still is the backwoods one because I only played them like once or twice. Well, I mean technically twice because of that one tournament, but um, I don't think I've ever actually played them.
the first hole is just a nice putter. I like to use my zone, or a pixel, and just let it just slowly fade to the left.
Hmm.
Um, 'Cause it's like 217 or something like that. It's a putter shot for me, and it's just nice and soft. You just got to hit the gap, stay in the gap.
See, so for that those shots, I normally will use the mid range, and that's the only reason why is because, like I said, I don't know why, but my hands don't like power gripping putters. I always fan grip them, and when I fan grip, I don't get as much distance on them. So I will use like
It's
my
something that you should practice in because fan gripping putters is like I power grip I honestly I think I've mentioned this before. I'm a power grip person, anyways.
Mhm,
I just comfortability wise,
mhm.
it just feels 10 times better. Um, I power grip everything, but I know fan gripping though is like helps with control. So on a shot like that, it's really good. So if you can get your putter to do that with the fan grip, it's like money. And
Well,
then 16, oh, go ahead.
yeah, maybe when we do our practice run, I'll just test it. I'll do a fan grip putter. So like I probably, well, at that point I'll probably be using my Pixel or my Rebirth. Um, but I do want to try it with my Hex.
Um, and then 16's on the right, which can be either a nice straight low turn shot with the understable disc. That is on the right, or a long forehand. It's up to you which way you feel more comfortable doing it.
Ooh.
And
That's probably
17
gonna
is the
be
hard one.
that one's probably gonna be
17's
my
the
sanity.
Yeah, 17 is the hard one because you got to hit a tiny gap to get to the landing area. Josh will complain to that and say it's probably the hardest hole for no reason gap that you got to hit, which I've sent pictures of like foundation with Trevor trying to beat 57. That course's gaps is like that tree gap, but the entire gap down the line. And this is only one tree you got to miss, get to the landing zone. But I know 17 is that's the big thing is getting to the landing zone and then a nice hyzer shot, or um I'm hoping to clean up every as much as I can to open up a little bit more in that second shot to get to the hole there, but we'll see what we can get done before then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, other than that, that's besides that video being released. I might do a couple just journey videos of me preparing myself for this tournament. I do know
Unboxing.
um oh yeah, hopefully
We'll
if
get
it
that
comes
in there
in.
soon.
Hopefully that comes in because that'd be nice because that's pretty much all my stuff that I'll be bringing up anyways.
Yep.
I keep forgetting about that.
Because we'll have our jersey, we'll have our hat, we'll be
I'm
full decked out.
like 10 new disc pretty much.
I know. It's exciting.
I pretty much filled my bag and then now I'm gonna get like 8 or 10 new ones and I'm just like
So yeah, so here's my thing. I pretty much feel pretty comfortable with my bag right now. It feels really nice. But as soon as that box comes in, my bag's completely switching just to see how things feel with the new disc, to see if they'll replace what I have in here.
yeah, I wasn't very so I probably should have been a little more descriptive on the molds and plastics. Um I did obviously like name drop a couple, but if they don't have it, I have a feeling that I'm gonna get a lot of just random, which is fine, not an issue. It's just I should have been a tad bit more specific on the plastics. That was on my part. Which I'm not gonna complain, obviously. Uh I'll get what I get, and then if I like it, then I'll keep them and bag them. If I don't, then obviously I'll probably like, try to trade with people or, you know, try to do something with them at least. But yeah. I just keep forgetting that we actually have that coming in. And
Yeah, I'm super stoked. And right now, I would like to film again and more content, but yeah, and we basically entered into all 4 seasons within a week. So we had nice weather on Friday or Saturday, which that's when I played my round. Um, but it was like I had to get it done quick, so I didn't have time to film. Um, and then the next day it stormed, thunder, the spring storm, and then it just rained all day the next day. And then by the end of the day, yesterday, it turned into snow. Today just snowed. Nothing really stuck because it's still too, like, it's like 38 degrees, but the ground's been warm. So it didn't really stick. It powdered everything, but it melted right away. Yeah, we hit snow again today. Today. So, and tomorrow's my day off. It's gonna be 44 degrees and it's supposed to keep raining slash snow in the morning. I gotta double check, but yeah, it's only gonna be like 44 degrees, so it's not gonna be, um, it's gonna be cold. And then I gotta work, of course, but it'll be 48 degrees on Friday. Saturday, 54 degrees, but I gotta work. And by the time I get off work, it might be raining. And then Sunday, my day off, 48 degrees, cool, rain all day. So
that's crazy.
yeah, but then the next week, starting Monday, 64 degrees, Tuesday, 65 degrees. Hopefully we'll be hitting, you know, 60s.
Let's see here. Um 67 tomorrow, 69, 69, 69,
I would love
72,
that.
72, 72, 71, 74. That's been pretty cold, honestly, down
Mm.
here. That's at least that's what everybody's been saying. Um, it's been yeah, the UV is even low. Yeah, because right now it says 64 windy. The real feel is 60 degrees
Yeah, next week it's 60s the entire week. So
with 50% humidity. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's been pretty cold this season, which man, I was like at first I was like, "Oh, we're getting lucky like there's no spring breakers coming." And then this week has been a very busy week. It's been very difficult to get around anywhere.
Right.
So, but no, it's good. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I'm ready though. I'm ready
Oh
for it.
man.
Hopefully we'll get that email that things are shipped out and get it all in by the end of the month. We're gonna test some stuff out. Like I said, we'll get the vlog going for that weekend, but hopefully we'll get a couple more things out before then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. I think also, oh no, that's gonna be a little difficult. I was gonna try to think of like, is there a way that we could do like a live? We might just do the live like on our Instagram or something just to make it easier. But um I was trying to think of a way how we could do like a podcast live on our like YouTube or
Oh,
something.
gotcha.
But I don't think that's gonna be a little difficult to set that all up. So we might have to just pre-produce it or post-produce it, I mean. Um so that's not too much of an issue. But yeah, that's honestly right now, it's just focus on that, making sure that everything's going well on my end. I We got some traveling things that we have to straighten out, but regardless, our plans are still just coming up and doing that.
No, I think we talked a lot about what we have going on, our videos, content coming. I can't wait to see your video. I've been looking forward to that. Especially after you showed me those two clips with the berg and you've been saying, oh, this feels really nice. I really want to check that out.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, yeah, it feels really good in my hands. Like I said, I don't know if I really mentioned it. I didn't have microphones, so hopefully the audio, obviously I'm doing it in my headphones, so like I could hear it fine, but hopefully it's not too crazy with the audio. But yeah, I'm just excited for it to be released. My phone actually died like halfway through, so we ended up using my brother's phone, which luckily enough he had just an iPhone, like iPhone like 14 or 15. So um I was able to get the remainder because that would have been crappy because I think it died around like hole 16. but
Ah, yes.
but that's the thing is like I obviously we're wrapping up, but you could definitely tell the difference is uh he started off good and then he slowly start doing bad because
Uh-huh.
he started getting into his head, and you saw me very very cold, not warming up, to warming up, but then also feeding off of his getting into his head where I start getting very confident, and you start seeing that I start capitalizing on a lot of my shots, which then because he had like, I'm gonna be honest, he had the lead for the first like, you know, 6 holes. But
Hmm.
then I started to come back. And then I think that intimidated him. And he starts seeing my shots and then like what I was doing. And then he's just like, he started getting very like, oh, like, what the hell? Like, this is difficult. And then he starts getting, he didn't get like overly aggravated, but you definitely tell like mentally he was not in it. Um, and he was just doing just not, you could,
Right, right, right. You
over,
could see the difference.
you could definitely see it. And that is the difference is, um, also, which is crazy because he even said it. I don't know if I don't even know if we have it recorded. No, I don't think we did because I didn't press play. But one of the things that really, I guess, it really kind of threw me a loop when he said it. I didn't really think about it until now, or I thought about it like for the remainder of like the time uh when we were there, but he was mentioning around like, I think it was like hole 17 or hole 18. He's just like, he like threw it. Oh, it was 18 because he threw it into the tennis court, and which obviously it's OB at that. And he's like, I'm just not used to playing 18 holes. I'm used to playing 9 holes. And I'm just standing there thinking, I'm like, oh shoot, like there are courses that are only 9 holes, and if he only
Mhm.
or if he only plays 9 holes, like he's not used to this type of endurance as opposed to like us, like we always play 18 holes. So like even if it's like 115 degrees with humidity or whatever, like it feels like 120 degrees or whatever, like we're out there playing or we're playing all 18 holes. And like same thing with the cold, like both you and I hate playing in the cold, but we play it though, and to just acclimate our bodies and like doing it. And so for us doing it for, a good couple of years now, um, we have the endurance to finish 18 holes as opposed to somebody who's
Mhm.
very starting off new who may just do like 9 holes, like doing a full 18 hole course. It's just different. And I guess because like to me, like I was fine. Like even though like he obviously in the video, he's built what like his body is way better compared to mine. Like he's definitely more athletic built. He kind of has the body of AB. Like,
Right.
he's very tall, but at the same time though, like he's built, like he has muscle. And for me, like a little bit on the heavier side, but at the same time though, um, I still have an athletic like body and like endurance where I'm not affected as much from it, but I was outperforming him because my body is used to it compared to him. And so it's just really interesting to hear that from him of saying like oh like he was literally like oh like getting very aggravated. Oh, I'm tired. Like I'm not used to 18 holes. Like we just need to play 9 holes,
Mhm.
blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, like I didn't even think about that. Like I'm fine. Like I'm doing fine and stuff like that. And he's like chugging down his drink or water and like not focused and very just mentally not she's kind of checked out at that point and just kind of done. And like you could definitely tell. And I'm just like it's just interesting to me. So that there is an endurance factor into this game.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking for, yeah, it is though. Yeah, 'cause looking back, it's, you know, us playing as much as we have and as many, I mean, I've done a lot of fun events too, so I have more tournaments than just nine that it shows I have career
Hmm.
events.
Yeah.
I have a lot of doubles and everything else like that events
Mhm.
too, that you're playing 2 rounds. So when you really do look at the endurance and everything else, it's definitely a different.
Yeah, and that's it's just so interesting because it's like definitely because for him when he said that, I'm just like, man, like we do tournaments and we were playing 2 full rounds. So it's like you're playing 18 twice. And it's just like, and if he could barely do 18, like he obviously is not going to be able to do a tournament that, has a 2 round in one day, one singular day. And it's crazy because for me even I really should play a full round before my first
Mhm.
round for me to be even remotely warmed up. And then I could play the first round, the official first round and second round. So technically I'm playing 3 rounds in one day. Like if I could do that, like I can imagine what my score would be. Cause like yeah, I need that. So like definitely when I get a chance to be able to play as much as I can previous or prior to the actual event, I know it's going to help out more just with my body cuz um definitely cuz as a previous hockey player, a lot of it's muscle memory and a lot of it is that type of like feel. Same thing with baseball. Baseball was very muscle memory depending on like what position you played. And sports cuz like definitely for baseball for me, I played third base. So it's like I don't know what position you played, but like for at least for third
Center.
base, like there you go. So it's like when you're when you're throwing it into second base or your cutoff man or whatever, like you you had a muscle memory of like where that person is or like how far you had to throw it. Like you weren't just throwing the ball just to throw the ball. Like you knew like the distance. And for me as a third baseman, like I knew like, okay, if I'm standing here, this is the amount of strength I need to throw for it to like beat the runner. And so um you just got to a certain point where you weren't just throwing it, you were legitimately knowing this is the accurate speed, distance, et cetera, for you to do that and achieve it. And so
Yeah.
for me, doing those reps prior to an event, it helps me mentally know like, okay, this is what I need for my drive or putter or whatever. And like obviously I'm still newer, so like I can't just somebody says like, oh, it's 150, and I'd be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna just do this, and then boom, it's done. Like I have to physically do it for me to be like, okay, this is what I could do now for this shot. And so yeah, I have to physically dig. I need to still get the reps in, and that's the problem is I'm very inconsistent, and I need to start being consistent with disc golf if I want to achieve what I want to achieve in the future. So um I did check my rating. I am sitting at an 800 flat. So, which is
Nice,
great.
nice.
It is great because that's a good, just like I have this tournament that I'm signing up for. Finally, the tournament that I played last year, they're doing their third annual this year, June 1st. So I'll be doing that one as well, which is going to be great. So that's obviously at my home course, the Chain Dragons. It's a 2 round, same thing like that. C tier. I'll probably play just MA3, because I need the challenge. Even though I could easily play MA4, I think I'm just gonna just stick with MA3.
Mhm.
It just, for me, it makes me force myself to improve. Even though technically I haven't won an MA4 yet, like, I know that I could do it, and I just I don't know. I just want to put myself in a situation to really try,
Right.
and mentally I'm feeling better too. So it's been a little bit great. But yeah, other than that, that's I'm gonna wrap that up on that part. But just overall, I'm very excited, and with an exception of trying the Pixel, the Rebirth, time lapse, the Mantra, and then any other disc I'm getting currently a Gravity Disc Golf in a couple weeks, I would like to say my bag is 90% complete.
Which
And
is
I have
excellent.
a putter. I finally have a putter. I still have my Luna. I still use it for up shots. I definitely use it for circle twos. Still feel very confident within circle twos form. But right now, though, until I've been proven otherwise, if I am in circle one, you'll be seeing those orange custom gravity stamp bergs in my hands.
Which is sick. That's awesome. It's
So,
good to find a putter. So
and they're custom stamped. Like that makes it even cool. Like I can't, like, it makes it even special because it's not a stock look or anything. It's just right there. It looks clean. Looks like
mhm.
I'm uh doing something important. So, but alrighty, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for having patience, and for our craziness schedule. We're definitely trying to keep it consistent as much as we can. Um, Maybe there might be a week or something we might just do um a small just like catch up or recap if needed from maybe from one of us if one of us can't make it, just to
Right.
keep things rolling. I haven't fully talked to Kyle about that, but we may just come up with some small like burst ideas for that if this ever happens again, so at least you guys are getting content, because I do know the numbers show, at least for Spotify and YouTube, that you guys are listening. So I definitely want to make sure that we post something at least for you guys. But other than that, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Please keep playing disc golf. If you have any questions, please email us. It's in the description down below, as always. And definitely make sure you use KG10 or Ty DG10 at gravitydiscgolf.com to get 10% off your order on your next order. Definitely go do that. Go check them out. They have disc golf, or they have disc craft custom stamp disc. Definitely go check those out.
PGA.
But yes, you guys have a great rest of your week and have a great day.